A collaboration between a choreographer and a visual artist. That's the core concept behind CounterPointe, which will celebrate its 5th year this weekend at the Actors Fund Arts Center in downtown Brooklyn. 7 women visual artists will be paired with 7 women choreographers who are all creating new works for the Pointe shoe.
It's a lot of women. I'm not upset about it. CounterPointe is also a collaboration between Brooklyn Ballet and Norte Maar, an international think tank for the arts. And joining us now is Julia Gleich, the co-founder of Norte Maar, the originator, actually, of CounterPointe, and one of the choreographers presenting this very weekend. Welcome back to BK Live.
Thank you.
Good to see you again. And we're also happy to introduce her partner in art, Elana Herzog. Elana Herzog. Welcome.
Well said.
That's okay. He was going to get it wrong.
Nice
no matter
to
what.
be
He's got
here.
a bit of a curse.
Everyone does. I'm used to it.
It's all about collaborating.
Yes. So how did you learn to pronounce her name?
Well, Elana and I haven't really known each other for very long. In fact, the process of doing CounterPointe is a process that originated just by creating opportunities for women choreographers. Because, particularly in the ballet world, there are lots of women in the corps de ballet, masses of them. But then at the top, but then at the top ranks, I mean, it'd be like, imagine that you're a male football player, and when you retire, you want to become the coach or manager, but they're all women. So it's sort of a similar issue, that at the top levels of creative leadership, there are men. So I did this to create an opportunity for women to make work, to have opportunities, to take risks. But then we added a collaborative element, which is Norte Maar's real core mission. And the collaborative element works with my own collaborator, Jason Andrew. So I select the choreographers from a series of submissions, and then he and I talk to each other to try to figure out which artists might be an interesting pairing. In most cases, the artist and the choreographer have never met. And while we have met, it's briefly,
just to say hello at
So
a party.
what's that call like then? When you say, hey, I'm a choreographer who happens to be a woman, and you're an artist who happens to be a woman. Let's put your peanut butter with my chocolate.
Well, it's a complicated one. I think collaborations are really challenging. But also, opportunities come in every form, and everything is an opportunity, or can be an opportunity. I mean, and I think the way that Jason and Julia work is fundamentally collaboration, so collaborative, and they kind of foster that idea in a way that's positive, optimistic. Glasses always half full there. So, an opportunity for a choreographer can become an opportunity for me. But having said that, I mean, our first meeting was a Skype meeting. I mean, we really literally.
It's very modern.
Well, I teach in London for a lot of the year, so so I go back and forth. And so our first meeting, I was in London, and Elana was in New York, and it's always
we knew almost nothing about each other except for some little clips. I have a website. Julia has YouTube videos available of past work. So I think my imagination just kind of. I just rambled around before we started to get specific in my own world. And then I was suddenly introduced to a language that's totally new to me.
Well,
even that word you used before, corps de ballet.
Corps de ballet.
Right.
Speaking of specifics,
I had to
can
ask
I
her what that
get
meant.
my collaborator to actually do some heavy lifting and read this description about the work that's going to happen?
all right.
Okay.
Collaboration.
Old Western movies, remnants, and movement motifs from classic ballet death scenes merge in a collage combining feminine and masculine traits from classic characters, weaving the movement we expect to see in a ballet performance with ideas we hate to love.
My favorite phrase.
Tell us about how that's your favorite phrase.
Well, Julia wrote it. That's how I can say that. You don't take credit.
I did.
But ambivalence and ambiguity are the crux of, my interest in art, and attraction, repulsion, judgment, taste, class, all of those sort of unconscious influences that.
So even though you hadn't met before, this spoke to you. I mean,
that spoke
and you were able to put this together. So tell us about, did you then pick a piece for this? Did you make something for it? I mean, how
little
and then
of
do you
both,
choreograph
little of
now,
both.
or did you have something? Yeah.
A little of both. I was working from some remnants of material that I'd
Okay.
started to create in about 2004, 2005, and they had never really had a life on stage. And so exploring those ideas kind of then dovetailed nicely with some of Elana's work, which uses
Remnants of materials, quite literally.
Amazing.
You know, I physically
lot
use
of
remnants
found
of
stuff.
fabric
I
and
remember.
other things. Yeah, so the language, you know, works.
Right.
And then even this kind of collaging of motifs and of tropes, that word we hate, love to hate,
Love to
actually.
hate.
The opposite. You know, they kind of come together and contradict one another and then surprise you and make you see things maybe a little bit differently.
Okay, so in our last 45 seconds, is if you needed any more motivation to get off your couch and come out to the series, let us know how and where we can become immersed in these tropes.
So we're performing at the Actors Fund Arts Center on Friday, Saturday at 7:30, and Sunday at 4. We encourage kids to come on Sunday at 4. It just feels more family friendly. And it's just a great time to sort of figure out how two art forms merge together. We are so thrilled to do this in collaboration with Brooklyn Ballet, and we get funding from DCA as well. So it's really a great celebration of women's art and collaboration and the visual arts and ballet.
We're completely out of
Perfect.
time. Go get your tickets now. Come out. It's even family friendly on Sunday.
Oh, I brought
Right.
you hats.
Oh, and there are hats.
From Norte Maar. Make
Oh
more
my
art.
gosh,
Hashtag make
look
more
at
art.
these.